I've recently established that there's no longer any reason to complain if there's a V6 under the hood of your Chevrolet Camaro. No snickers, no snide remarks about wimpy pony cars. Its inclusion as one of our 2016 10 best cars is well deserved. So let's take the exercise a step further. How about a V6 Camaro with an automatic transmission? Could that be okay, too? We had a preliminary take on this question last October, when a first drive of a new Camaro V6 equipped with the 8-speed autobox left us favorably impressed. Now we've put a 2016 V6 automatic in RS trim through its paces to fortify those impressions with objective test track data. Self-shifting virtues first, the backstay, the V6 that accompanied the launch of the 6th generation Camaro, is essentially as new as the car itself. Displacement is the same 3.6 litres as in the 5th gen car, but it's a bigger 3.6 litres, thanks to a 1.0mm increase in bore and a 0.2mm increase in stroke, to 95.0 by 85.8mm. As with the Camaro's 6.2-litre LT1 V8, the V6 is an over-square design, bigger bore than stroke, and is willing to rev. Peak horsepower comes on at 6,800 revolutions per minute, just 200 revolutions per minute shy of redline. The compression ratio is high at 11.5 to 1, the cylinders are nourished by direct injection, and there's active fuel management aka cylinder deactivation to save gas. And the engine emits a heady tennis snarl when the tach spins past 4,000 revolutions per minute. The V6's 335 horsepower is 12 ponies more than the previous 6-cylinder could muster, and there's a smidge more torque, too, 284 lb-ft, versus 278. The automatic is GM's 8-speed 8L45 Hydromatic with manual operation via steering wheel-mounted paddle shifters. There's also no weight penalty with the automatic, as our 3,441-pound test car actually was lighter than the 3 manual V6 Camaros we've previously evaluated, the 3,467, 3,469, and 3,484 pounds. Going by feel, shift speeds seem to be essentially a dead heat between manual and automatic. The Camaro's Tramex 6-speed manual has crisp engagements, and the Hydromatic doesn't hammer home its shifts like a dual clutch box. Its responses in manual mode seem to be at least on par with those of a competent human. The V6 manual Camaros come with a 3.27 to 1 final drive ratio and a 0.75 to 1 top gear. The rear axle with the automatic is 2.77 to 1, and the 8th gear ratio is 0.66 to 1, so it's geared much taller in top gear than the manual. Also keep in mind that the automatic has 2 more cogs to play with, which helped our example achieve an observed 22 miles per gallon, whereas we've failed to crack 20 miles per gallon with the manual. Our results reveal the automatic to be very close to the quickest of the 3 manuals, slower by just 1/10 of a second to 60 miles per hour and through the quarter mile 5.2 and 13.8 seconds, respectively. The auto also recorded a 1 mile per hour edge and trap speed, 104 miles per hour versus 103. And it was quicker across the board than the manual test car that prevailed in a two-car shootout versus a Ford Mustang 2.3-litre EcoBoost. Other dynamic traits of this Camaro automatic: a 2LT model with the RS package 20-inch wheels with 24,540 Goodyear Eagle F1 asymmetric all-season run flats, HID headlamps, LED tail lamps, specific grille, rear deck spoiler, are indistinguishable from its manual counterparts. Turning is urgent, with a highly stable attitude in corners and steering that's quick 2.4 turns lock-toe lock, tactile, and precise. Steering effort might be a little heavy for some tastes. For those, its heft is adjustable, and it's hard to find fault with its accuracy or with the grip afforded by the thickness of the sporty wheel. Our only disappointment with this Camaro versus the other V6 examples had nothing to do with powertrain. The automatic needed 166 feet to stop from 70 miles per hour, which isn't bad, but the manual cars got it done in 152, 153, and 158 feet. Fade was a non-issue, though. Automatic expense-optional equipment made our test car a little pricey compared with the 3 manual transmission models, with $1,495 for the slush box helping to inflate our example's as-tested price to $40,425. Also, if you're going to explore the maximum capabilities of this or any other Camaro, you might want to consider some color other than bright yellow. $395. A hue that's surely visible both from low Earth orbit and from behind the wheel of a police cruiser. Aside from that price premium, determining whether manipulating shift paddles or sneaking through the gates of a manual transmission is the more satisfying experience is something you'll have to decide for yourself. A bigger decision is probably whether a Camaro will work for you at all, what with its extremely limited visibility, distinct lack of storage space, and minuscule backseat. But back to the transmission debate, a manual gearbox still provides a greater sense of engagement with the machine. But the 8-speed automatic is more versatile, offering fuller tow convenience, better fuel economy when you're cruising, and manual operation when you're feeling frisky, without a performance penalty. And best of all, the stigma is gone. For real.